Hey y'all, what's up? I am back. So, before I get into anything else trading related, I just want to give you guys a real update on where I've been and what's been going on because I've been quiet for a minute now and y'all deserve to know why. In the name of transparency. So, if you didn't know, I blew my Tradeify account day 3 out of 5. Bruh, let that sit in for a minute. Yeah, it really sucked. And, I'd be lying if I say I wasn't, upset about it. Because you work hard, you go through the evaluation, you work hard, you get to the funded phase, now you're working towards a payout, and it's like you're below it. But yeah, I want to walk y'all through exactly what happened because I feel like a lot of y'all are going to relate to this. Like, I know a lot of y'all have gone through this before. So this is what happened. I was on my third day of payout and things were going good. I could feel myself getting in my head the closer I got to the end. So like the excitement was building and I didn't keep it in check this day the way I should have. So I was already like on day 3. I'm like, okay, I'm so close. Like I'm basically halfway there to pay out. But yeah, I didn't get out of my head. And then that same day, the platform was down. Could not trade on the morning session, and I just had to watch the market go without me. I was literally in like, I saw a perfect clean setup. So I missed that move, which would have secured day 3 for me, and also, gave me a good amount of profit. But instead of just taking that L and accepting it, moving on, and just, not trading for the day, I did not do that. I told myself, okay, well, I just need to make this 150. The platform is back and I'll just make the day count. So I oversized. I went in with 2 NQ contracts. If you haven't watched my videos, I told you guys that I was trading with micros. I started off with 7 and I was going to scale up over time as I grew the account. But, yeah, I went in with those 2 micros. That's like basically the size I use for the evaluation. I'm very aggressive on evaluation because it's like, you gotta pass. You gotta pass so you can get to the payout phase. You don't want to just be in the evaluation forever if you have clean setups and tight risk management. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I went in oversized, got out quick, but it still wasn't enough. I guess the spreads were too high. I made enough to make, like I was up enough to make my 150. But when I exited the trade, I was only up $60. I'm like, oh my goodness. So guess what? Yeah, I went back in. Yep, I sure did. I went back in trying to get more money so I could get that 150. And I lost. Yeah, I lost. It was tragic. So now I'm spiraling at this point. Literally, I'm just spiraling. I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do? I want my payout. It's my payout. It's my money and I need it now. So I just started forcing trades, honestly, over and over, trying to dig myself out of this hole just so the day would count towards the payout. And that's how it went down. I was down probably 1,200 at one point. I brought myself back up to like -500. And I didn't walk away from there. I could have walked away from there. That would have been the best thing to do. But then it's like in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, all my profits are gone. I'm up basically almost $2,000. And all my profits are gone. Now I'm going to have to start all over on day 4 from basically 50K. And actually, no, I did bring it back up to 50K. And I was still thinking, all my profits are gone, despite the fact that I would have closed the day green. Yeah. Well, not green, but, I was technically green on that day, but not green overall because the account, I lost like almost 1,500 in profit. Yeah, that was a bummer, man. that's how it went down, basically. So it wasn't the market. The market was great that day. The platform was an issue. However, it was me and my mindset that took me out. So, yeah, this is what I really had to sit with after the fact. Like, it's basically the attachment to the payout. And I was so attached to that payout, like I was already spending that money in my head, that I stopped trading my process and I started trading my emotions in this instance. And when you're that close to something, those rules start weighing on you. And that timer is like, I have to do this by this time so I can get my payout because I've worked so hard for it. And, everything starts feeling urgent and desperate. And the urgency, when you're urgent in trading and not relaxed, that will get you every single time. Literally. So I knew after that day I needed to stop because that could have led to a spiral out of control in other ways. Like, okay, I got to get that back plus some. So opening other accounts, trying to get that back, but having to go through the evaluation and all of this, like starting over just was like, ugh. So yeah, I took a break and I did post it on there. I was taking a reset after blowing the account. So I stepped back and I worked on my psychology. Like really worked on it while I'm watching the markets actively. So I'm watching it, and even during that time, the market wasn't really ideal after the fact either. We've been in a range on the daily time frame for a while, so it's just been very, very difficult to trade. I poured into my family. I focused on homeschooling and just let myself be present at home. That break was very necessary on every level. And sometimes the most disciplined thing you can do is walk away, because growth doesn't always look like pushing through and constantly just grinding it out. Sometimes it looks like knowing when you need to stop. And you got to know when you need to stop. So after all of that, I made a decision because I realized my psychology was majorly affected by these rules. So me trying to get 5 days of trading instead of just freely trading because of these rules so I can get a payout, I decided I wanted to fund a live account. So I did. And I wanted to be able to take my money out whenever I want it, whenever I need it, whatever. If I gotta pay a bill, if I want to go out to eat, anything of that nature. I wanted to be able to do that because it's like, it makes it more real versus you trading in the simulated environment and you're just like grinding. And I'm not coming at prop firms. I'm just saying, from my psychology at that moment, it wasn't working. That's just basically it. Like, the rules were just starting to make me feel discouraged and boxed in. And I wasn't about to try to build my confidence inside of a box because I'm in the rebuilding stage. And like I said, it's been a process. It's been a journey. This is my 7th year of trading, and this is probably the first year that I have like everything in alignment. So the past few years, it's been like the psychology aspect that was out of whack. And a bit of the strategy was kind of shaky too, because the market has been like kind of difficult to trade. But now it's like the psychology, I have set rules, I have a great strategy that works, and I've had basically a whole year of this strategy. So a whole year of seat time with this strategy, and it has proven itself. So everything is in alignment, and I just needed to make sure that I stay on track. So with the live account, that's just what I see. Like, the freedom is something to help me stay on track, and that's what I need right now. And that's just me being real with myself. So here's where I'm at right now. Okay? I'm focused on growing my live account the right way, which is focusing on the process, consistency, and psychology. Okay. Prop firm reviews, I will be working on as well. I'm not just switching completely from them. I feel like the best thing you can do if you're trading prop firms is have a live account as well. That way it'll take some of the pressure off of that prop account. And that's probably something that I've been missing all this time, honestly. And I feel like, that's just something that I'll be dealing with a little bit later down the line. But for right now, this is my focus, and I wanted y'all to know exactly why I've been absent and my whole thought process. So if you ever blown an account by chasing a number and forcing trades, trying to make the day count, I see you. I get you. I understand. And no, you're not alone in this. Understand that you are not the only one who has gone through this. I'm seasoned in the market and I still went through this. So understand another thing, that the market is not going anywhere. And the goal is to live to trade another day. Longevity in the market. So I'm glad to be back, y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one.